Welcome back, disc golf enthusiasts, to coverage of the 2023 New Zealand North Island Championships. This is round 2 back 9 lead card coverage of the MPO field. We are now at the second course of the tournament, this beautiful 18-hole layout at Spa Park along the Waikato River, which you will see in some of these shots. Beautiful course, great day, great players, could not ask for much more. I'm Connor Wood, and with me, Andrew Gum.
Great to be here as always. And yeah, that was a really nice front nine. Very beautiful place here. Spa Park. Lovely views. Great holes. Here we go.
We kick off this back nine with hole 10. Par 3, only 81 meters, but you can see this is steeply uphill. These players have no real OB to worry about, so this is really just about controlling your fade and turn, as you don't want to enter the rough on the left side or hit a tree on the right. You'll need a long straight shot up the hill.
Nice looking one. Slightly slopey. Look at that view. Nice.
The Waikato River here in Taupo. We got Jackson on the tee.
Burns that one into the hillside and the cut rolls out down to the path there, but didn't be any trouble to get up and down.
Connagh looking for a similar soft flex line, plays a little bit into that hillside.
Not really well.
Is the more favorable. Oh, and Max is playing the big hyzer swing.
Yeah, that mutant, incredibly overstable mid-range. Played it out way wide. Got some ground play, but maybe not quite as much as he wanted. Gonna have a downhill. About 12-meter putt, maybe. Could be a bit less. That's the line right there. Oh, wow. Right on the mark. Beautifully done.
That's the fourth or fifth pure hyzer flip that he has shown us so far in round 2.
Yeah, he was on incredible form at the beginning of the front nine, and then he faltered a little bit at the end of it, but good to see him right back on track here. Back 9. 2 strokes off the lead. He was 2 strokes clear with the lead for a moment. Max with a great effort there, but it doesn't.
Yeah, he dug that one.
Oh, nubs.
Another putt just a little bit low. You can see just how downhill these guys are putting. Maybe a little bit in their heads, and of course you need to adjust that nose angle.
Yeah, good efforts. Both of them catching some nubs and a little bit of tickle on the chains, perhaps.
Another birdie for Simon. Easy feasy.
Yep. Another easy birdie. Quite a few taps.
As the rest of them take a par, Simon will get a stroke back on the rest of this lead card.
Yeah. Back to double digits under.
Hole 11. Par 3, 121 meters. This large tree that you see on the left is a Mando, forcing players to play to the right side as OB is lining that entire left of the green that you see there, those red markers. I think a lot of these right-handed players will be swinging a big hyzer around the right, but you really can't go left or long without coming quickly into play with OB, demanding distance, demanding shape, and of course, guardians on the green.
Yeah, a little bit shorter trees, but really nice looking. A lot of OB to navigate, and another really nicely shaped hole.
Not only is it 121, but also playing slightly uphill if you exclude the valley.
Oh,
wow!
Simon rolls over the lock on it. Just really smoothed that one out. Showed what kind of nice form he's got, and he just put that right there again. Had so many park
jumps. Such a solid command of the angles. Yeah, he just is dialed off the tee on a lot of these shots, making it look effortless.
Oh, that Heiser got
Jacko
a
there.
bit too much at the end of it, and he's found the OB. Should be able to save his 3 with a circle's edge putt at least. Have a chance to anyway.
This is also fading very quickly. It needs to sit down.
Checks
And
up
it
nice.
does. He will find himself inside the circle with a birdie putt. Max, I think, will bomb a big one-angle shot if I had to guess. Maybe even trying to use some height to prevent the big skips and flares by digging it into the ground.
Yep, big wide Heiser. At 4th, I think. And it's perfect. Checks up right there inside the bullseye with Simon. Toe to toe. 1-stroke lead. Keeping pace after seeing Simon parked. Well executed shot there from Maxime. Coming up clutch.
Oh, well executed shot from the cameraman there. Dramatic zoom in.
Up close and personal. Oh. Just a little wide. Birdie chance here for Connagh. Oh yeah.
Very nice. Just perfectly centered between the band and the cage. Really nice height and pace. So he'll find himself at 8 under now. You'll see this is Jacko. 4 bogey. As he finds that one, he will also fall back to 8 under par. Tied now with Connagh. Simon and Max tap in their beautiful birdies. Our leaders really beginning to separate now and showing why they are at the top.
6 miles. A couple of really nice park jobs there.
You wanted to push my
2 front runners.
Hole 12, par 3, 124 meters. Another friendly hole with no OB to speak of, but a large hill that these players are going to battle upwards. With these large guardian trees protecting the basket, you will see it perched just around the corner here. They can throw it left, right, or straight. You want to pick your gap and choose a shot that you're comfortable with and where you can find the distance to make it all the way there.
Yeah, pretty steep right to left sloping hillside there with those trees all slanty. Like the backhand hyzer's the play, but control the skip at the end of it if you can. Last thing you want is to roll down the hill. That one a little too wide, and that's going to be a pretty touchy approach.
I believe that is the tee of 13 there that he is playing with. Great distance there, but turned it up a little bit more than he would have liked. We'll see now, hopefully, the correction here. Maybe a touch more stability on the disc.
Still pretty wide.
But didn't fight all the way up and over the hill. Simply hits the side. He'll have a long downhill look for 2. Max now looking like he's taking the leftwards gap with the turnover line. And this looks like a roller angle. If he can get this to stand up and turn over, this could be great.
Trying to roll it up the hill. Interesting idea. Not perfectly executed out in the open, but I kind of like that approach more than I like the scary downhill one, even from shorter distance personally. But yeah, I mean, I think he definitely wanted to get a little bit more kind of curl on that in the end. Get it to stand up more quickly, like maybe this one. This is a nice correction here from Jacko. Look at that. That's how you do it.
Stunning.
Circle on the pin into circle 1. What a sweet
Curls
roller
up
that
right
was.
in time.
That's the roller line. Very nice shot. Nice reminder
I think
there.
a lot of people at home watching this will underestimate just the amount of power and anhyzer you need to get that to turn and roll up the hill, fighting gravity like that. That's a really great roller from Jacko.
Absolutely.
So we see Max. He has the Ruru in his hand. He can give this a bid with this hill sloping right behind the basket, even if he airballs it over the top or by the side. He will not be far at all.
Just electing to put it close, and he does so perfectly. Like such a lovely day. Nothing but blue sky, sunshine. Simon just pitching up nicely. That birdie look. You're a sick roller. Nice one.
Really good stuff.
Way to bounce
Jacko
back.
showing us how it's done.
Yeah. Getting right back on the birdie train after that unfortunate bogey on the last one.
Connagh with a solid par save there. Good putt from within the circle. As Jacko now has snuck one stroke ahead of him once again, sitting at 9 under. Simon will remain at 11, and Max will remain at 12.
Tight at the top. Definitely have a battle on our hands.
Here, you see hole 13. Par 3, 98 meters. We have this island green, delineated by these markers that you see all around and an elevated basket. There is a drop zone if you do not make the island that you see on the right side there. Still a chance to save par if you don't make it, but by no means an easy bid with the height on this cage. Great hole.
Yeah, nice. Always good to have an island hole on any course. Really great score separators and be scary tee shots sometimes. Doesn't seem to be a lot of wind today, so should be able to control something at this distance, but pretty small island after all. That's a great shot.
Great hyzer from Jacko there. Yeah, brings it up nicely, uses the stability and angle to control the distance, ensuring he doesn't get too much ground play with the height. We'll see Simon look to match that line.
Smooth stroke. Nicely inside the circle.
Yeah, you're right. Looking much calmer than the conditions we've seen previously here in New Zealand, allowing these players to use a little bit more of that height and these big one-angle shots. As he slides in nicely as well.
Yeah, and I've just been blown away at the natural beauty of the landscape there in New Zealand. So varied, and every time there's been something really special about the views. Wow, something real special about that shot. Park job. Nicely done.
Tons of angle and tons of spin. Really good use of the overstable disc there. Digs it in, almost fading in downwards rather than leftwards at the end. We see Simon up first to putt.
Little pressure on with seeing Max so close, and have another stroke between the two of them now, most likely, as Max will be tapping in. Left side. Like he lost concentration right at the end there. And again.
Unfortunate. As you see, he's also not catching any metal. At least if you hit something, you'll often fall straight down. These air balls are going to leave him with a similar distance putt each time. This can really get in your head as a player when 2, 3, 4 putts come by and you don't find them. You really need to center yourself and focus. And he does exactly that.
Yeah, great for the confidence there as well. You know, like if you miss another one of those, that can shake you up for the rest of the round if you're not careful. So great to see him get one in there from a similar distance from where he missed. Can shake it off and try to aim a little tighter. Great birdie there from Max.
Jacko as well, finding a solid birdie here on hole 13.
Yep, 2 in a row after the bogey, so way to bounce back.
Here you see hole 14, par 3, only 80 meters but with a very demanding shape. You see this mando tree on the left of your frame, forcing these players to play right. They'll need to swing their hyzer in and try to shut it down slowly. As they slide up here to this green, you really don't want to come in too hot or you can find yourself in a ton of trouble with this thick natural OB. No penalty stroke there with the natural OB, but could be just as punishing, if not more so sometimes, as you do not get any relief.
Ooh, that one nearly aced.
Yeah, nice run. Really went for it. Totally disregarded everything I said about going long and left and just gave it a good old bid.
Yeah, he might have a little bit of struggle coming back, but he definitely almost went in. That's parked again for Max. Nicely done.
He'll be stringing two in a row now together. 3 out of the last 5. We'll see Simon now to try and maintain pace.
A little early.
He'll be in that tree line. Tough to say if he'll have a look to straddle out to. I think he's close enough that he'll still have a decent chance to find his birdie there.
Yeah, in the circle, but that's not really where you want to be there. All that potential obstruction. See how it shapes up. This is more out in the open, but a little bit further away. Circle 2. Chance for a big highlight. Would be good to bounce right back after a couple shaky putts and get it. But similar mistake as the first one on the last hole. High and left. Oh, and yeah, now we see Simon's going to have to get creative. Although he's inside the circle, has to go with a scuba or not sure what else. What else do you call that? Like a...
Yeah, I think that was a scuba putt.
Yeah. I feel like it used to have a name before Brody Smith came around, but I can't remember what it was. But that's, yeah, scuba's good. We'll go with that. Definitely sounds cool.
The ultimate terminology bleeding in there.
Yeah.
That's how I know it. It is similar to the what a disc golf player will call a tomahawk, where it's that upside down with the forehand grip, but very different release point on the scubas. That's sort of over the shoulder. The tomahawk is very much an overhead throw.
Yeah, I think I've heard it called a hammer over the top, but that's more kind of reaching across your face with the scuba, right?
And I think very ultimate still. When I was calling things a hammer, everyone would try and correct me in disc golf, tell me it's a tomahawk. So I'll do the same to you now, Andrew.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit variation between the tomahawk and the hammer, in my opinion, because tomahawk, I feel like it's kind of straight over like a baseball, more like an over-the-top baseball, and then I can consider the hammer to be more of like a tilted angle where you're like, you know, shaping it differently. But yeah, anyway.
I would agree. I think they're used pretty interchangeably, but
I think there's some variation there. Anyway, but yeah, anyway, this whole, Hey,
it's an interesting discussion, valuable to have.
Indeed. Beautiful.
Hole 15.
Par 4 here.
Par 4, 161 meters. It is going right the entire way, and once again, no official OB, but with very thick rough on the right side. You're going to want to try and use the width, although the wider out you go, the further you have to throw. Max is looking for a bomb here. If this can flatten out nicely, yeah, that's a great spot to be.
Yep, right there. Prime time. Landing zone.
Jacko with a very slow and deliberate walk up there. Gets a solid turnover flight and flatten out to the end.
Good spot. Nicely done.
And Simon here, I think, definitely will be attacking this hole with 3 pars in the last 3 holes. I'm sure this is one that he wants to get. It is very attackable for a par 4 at only 161 meters. It's more about the shape and the placement. But all 4 of these guys with good shots off the tee, they will all now have a fairly short upshot. We'll see Simon up first.
I like that motto from RPM. It's in our nature. All the names being kind of local wildlife and nature themed.
And now we see these guys out here in this nature.
Beautiful
Said
nature.
well tuned to it.
Yeah, that's true. Simon was doing some magical stuff.
On a simple
nine
mistake from both of those men, though, as they find the same patch of bushes, not quite swinging it far enough right. We'll see a look at the backhand turnover here. This looks to be holding the turn nicely. Might be a little bit too far, though.
Ooh, another ace run. A little bit deep. Try though. Well, I guess it would be an eagle throw-in run, but sorry.
Oh, and he will be just a few meters away, but very tricky to find some footing as well as a place to have a putting stroke when you're that far in. As we see the bushes now putting at the basket.
Mystery man. Not sure who that was, but it was a pretty good effort.
I believe it was Simon.
That would make sense.
Oh, it's Jack.
Not any evidence though, but yeah. Oh, heavy chains.
Max had a window there. You saw he did have an opportunity with that very wide low straddle. Similar there for Connagh.
Nicely done to straddle out and get it in there. Max had a good effort, but didn't collect it. And it indeed was Simon. Getting real close to nature in there. Deep in the bushes.
And with 3 pars and 1 birdie, hole 15, which is very attackable, gave our players a bit of trouble. We move on to hole 16, par 3, 104 meters. You will see OB along the right side the entire way as they need to throw out under this low ceiling into this open fairway and then to this beautiful green. As always, many guardians. Lots of trouble if they go long or left. A nice simple hole. I think some of these guys probably going to disc up to mid-range or fairway given the ceiling off the tee, but that may bring into play some dangerous ground play potential. So very interested to see what sort of discs these guys choose to throw here.
Another great looking hole. The line well defined by this early tree that we see that kind of leans over left. Heavy flex with the mutant, I believe. Not sure if he got enough ground play to get himself way up there, but he'll have a putt. Another nice deliberate run up from Jacko and a little
Calls for it
overturned.
to come out, but yeah, that was with a ton of spin and angle, never really fading.
In high, just outside the circle to save his par anyway. This one, the other side, also pin high, I believe, but might be obstructed a bit. A little
Definitely
closer.
the more favorable, though, of the 2 sides of the fairway to make a mistake on. That left side not bringing any penalty strokes into play, only long and right. Jacko for a big par save here.
Yep.
Oh.
Great bid. High cage. Gallery approved run.
Simon from the bushes on the knee. Oh, gives it a bid. Had a chance there.
That one looked pretty good. Doesn't hit any metal though, and he'll have a little bit of comebacker. Be any sweat for him, but so dialed in. Great skills.
Hey, it's in his nature.
Absolutely.
But that is 5 pars in a row for Simon, as I'm sure he'll want to find some more birdies before the round closes. Sitting 3 strokes behind Maxime, but 2 over Jacko. Only 2 holes left. Hole 17, par 3, 58 meters. But look at this daunting, daunting hill. As they need to throw over these plants, through all of these trees, navigate this tight, winding fairway, beat these fences, fight their way up the hill, and on top of that, sit it down nice and soft. Some of the trickiest 58 meters you'll see.
I was just gonna say that hole's got a lot going on for a shorty. I like it a lot. Definitely way uphill at the end of it, especially. Incredibly tight woods, but beautiful shape. You pure it, then you feel really good. You don't, scramble time.
I think something that the course designers have done really well is to give these players all the opportunities to rip big open bombs in the field, to navigate the tight wooded lines. I think all styles of play are rewarded at some point throughout this 18.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Very good balance. Thick woods and all the elevation used nicely. Good views all around. Great shot there. Might have
Be
a little
all
bit
the way up there with a little lateral flat putt. Maybe
Yeah.
going back towards that hill, though, could be a little bit dangerous if he doesn't have a clean stroke.
Yeah, the footing might be an issue. Have to see. Big forehand spike Kaiser. That gets him up there on the shelf. Button back with the downhill behind it, but I think he's pretty close. Scramble mode here and activated. Take right and looking a lot like a bogey. And manufacture some real magic here.
Oh, sit
no.
down.
Like we
Mean, but
said,
he is
yeah.
caught. That's a reasonable putt, though, he's left with. Lucky to have that log backstop to stop some of the rollaways. I think an extra feature of some of these fence posts there that you see at the edge of the hill, they are an obstacle, but they also sometimes help you from rolling away.
Yeah, friendly log in this case. Taking his lie behind it, hitting chains. That's a big number there. Double bogey, I believe. Jacko has to just lay up. Kind of a scary putt.
And he knows he's put together a fairly solid round so far. I think on hole 17, not the time to take a crazy risk. Simon, I wonder if that sat down. It looks like it did.
Cameraman wasn't concerned, so I suppose it's fine. But yeah, nice hard save from Max after a really early tree hit. That double bogey, unfortunate. 58-meter hole, you really hate to take over par strokes, but it can definitely happen. Like we said, there's a lot going on this hole, and we saw a lot of what can happen to you.
And it just happened so quickly.
Yep. Couple compounding mistakes. Missed putt here and there. Simon really wanted that birdie. He's kind of slowed down a little bit here.
We'll see if he can end it out strong here on hole 18. Par 4, 147 meters. You see that this fairway has OB on the left side the entire way, as well as that early OB right. But once they turn the bend and battle their way all the way up this hill, they will find a nice wide open field and green to which they can approach and try to find their last birdie off the round.
Great finishing hole. Hugs all around. Great sportsmanship on display here between all these competitors.
Max on the tee. You see the furthest left tree here is actually a Mando, but I do not think that will come into play for any of these guys, as Max loves that shot, pierces straight up there. That is a ton of distance in dead center fairway.
Done. Trying to put a big exclamation point here on this moving day round. Got that clean back nine going. That kick early? Yeah, checked up safe though.
I think he's there before the OB.
Yeah, he's safe, but not in good position whatsoever.
No, that is certainly trouble.
Was nice. Pretty line there.
Oh, as he
Good
matches
finish,
Max
too.
and even then some. That is a picturesque drive.
That was a beaut. Another good looking one. A bit more hyzer on the end of it, and yeah, that gets him into trouble at the end. Needs something to finish him a little bit more straight. Good speed though. Yeah, Simon having to play for position, conceding the par. Gonna have to have a really nice upshot here to secure that. Perfect. Right on the money.
Great composure from that man there. It's been a slow end to his back nine, but has really maintained his composure and found a solid ending shot there to put himself up to the green. We see Max here. Beautiful shot. That will be another birdie likely for him on hole 18.
Great way to finish it. Taking a healthy lead into the final day. Be a big win for Maxime. New Zealand major.
As we see the scramble there from Connagh with a little overhead. Now, was that a hammer? Was that a tomahawk? Was that a scuba?
Write in the comments what you call it. Be happy to hear. Got your own name for it?
Would love to. As Max with a short putt for his birdie will be putting himself 6 down for the round and 15 down overall.
Great shooting.
Connagh with a bit of struggles here is ending at 6 under, 5 under for the round from Jacko, 10 under total. And Simon with a good par save at the end there. All things considered, will find himself 1 stroke over Jacko and 4 behind Maxime.
Yeah, that was a ton of fun. Magnificent display of skills from Simon. Really enjoyed watching him play. He's 4 strokes behind our leader, Maxime. Jackson Sullivan just a stroke
names
behind.
There.
Yeah.
Tied for 4th. A couple dangerous young men there. Levi Stout, Jaden Watkinson, Mark Dakiv, his name thrown into the hat as well, as they are just a few strokes behind the top 3 positions. We have 1 round left to go, and we will be returning back to the Taupo Golf Club. Thank you for joining us. Make sure to like and subscribe. Andrew, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you there.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. And big thanks to MDG Media for bringing us this coverage with the help from all those partners. Going to be a really, really fun, exciting final day. Check out T-Box Media as well, also covering